Hey everybody, Mark Schultz here. I am live at the Jacksonville airport. I wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving here in the U.S. It's Thanksgiving Day, and we just wanted to count our blessings. Thanksgiving Day is a day that we like to be able to spend with family and to be able to count our blessings. And many of us are in a situation today where we're not able to spend the time we want with our families. And for those of you that aren't able to do that, I'm really sorry to hear that because it makes it difficult. We're having a small family gathering in Florida, and I'm actually at the airport picking up one family member who's traveling in from another state. And I just wanted to take this time to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hey, stand by for later. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the virtual boot camp that we're going to do just about a week from now, about growing in a virtual world. But stand by, and I'll come back to that in a minute. But hey, listen, I'm here at the airport, and many of you are wondering what it's like to travel, today. And I'm getting ready to go into the airport, and I got my mask here with me. I'm out in a secluded area right now, so I'm not wearing the mask right now. But I traveled here a few weeks ago down to Florida, and I considered it to be very safe. And I wanted to talk about that just for a minute because I know there's been some discussion in the industry about whether it's safe to fly or not. And there's been some studies that have been done by IATA and by the airlines and by the manufacturers, and they have really pointed out to us that the chances of contracting the coronavirus on an airplane are really very low. And it really is a matter of prevention. And I just wanted to share something with you that I learned while I'm down here in Florida right now that I hope you'll find interesting. See, I've been doing some work in the healthcare industry because I have some family members who own and operate assisted living facilities and skilled nursing facilities in the Florida area. And my sister-in-law is actually a master degree registered nurse, and she ran a Florida Nurses in Tampa a few years ago. And now she's the chief nursing officer for the health for the senior living facilities that they own and operate. And we had a discussion about the coronavirus, and I went into one of the facilities and I recorded some video, some marketing video for them at the facility. And I just wanted to tell you about the experience that I had. Is first of all, they have 5 facilities, and in this facility I went into, there was not a single case of coronavirus this year. And it's because they've been very, very diligent about following good practices and policies and procedures, and that translates, into our own lives and how we can prevent, the spread of the virus. And there's a couple of different ways. Of course, you can get it. You can get it by actually touching, things where the virus actually exists. And we've learned that we can prevent that by not touching our face or our eyes, and by washing our hands frequently and having hand sanitizer. And so when you travel, I recommend that you carry hand sanitizer and you wash your hands frequently, and don't touch surfaces that you don't need to, and don't touch your face as part of that. And that's one thing that she told me that of course makes a big difference, is contact. Now the second thing that we all worry about is whether someone has the virus and they're around us and they're spreading it, whether they're actively spreading it or not. Now, as a nurse, she explained a couple of things to me. First of all, we went into the facility, the nursing care facility that we went into, and the first thing they did was, I had to wear a mask, and then I had to have my temperature taken to determine whether I had an elevated temperature. They also asked me some practical questions, which were, had I been around people that had the virus, or, do I have any symptoms of it? And of course, I don't want to go into a senior living facility if I've had any symptoms of that. And so they do some screening to make sure when I go in that I hadn't been susceptible or hadn't been around it. Second of all, we had to wear a medical grade mask. This isn't a medical grade mask, but we had to wear a medical grade mask, and I had to put on a face shield. All right. And what they explained to me was that by wearing a medical grade mask and a face shield, that the transmission, of the virus then, from the mouth, or from the face, goes down dramatically. It's not zero, but it goes down dramatically. And as a healthcare professional, she told me that what they would see is that where the virus actually got transferred was where people weren't following procedures, where they weren't wearing masks or they weren't wearing face shields. And so we can travel in this industry if we protect ourselves, if we protect other people, and if we protect ourselves. And so I wanted to say that if you're in a state which doesn't allow, meeting with your family members outside of your immediate household, I'm sorry, because I'm actually having an opportunity to meet with my family here in Florida, for Thanksgiving, and I'm looking forward to actually seeing them. I wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And one thing that we can do is we can follow good practices and procedures, and help prevent the spread of the virus. And we will be able to, travel in this kind of an environment today. And so I just wanted to encourage you that, if you follow good practices and procedures, you can safely travel. And that's been my personal experience. And I've traveled maybe a dozen legs this year. And I will be traveling back to my home state in Washington, where we're going to have the boot camp I told you about. At the beginning of this broadcast, I started telling you about a boot camp that we're going to have. And next Saturday, a week from Saturday on December 5th, we're actually holding a boot camp called Growing Your Business in a Virtual World. And we have to learn how to change and adjust in the world we're in today. And how do we actually adapt to the world we're in today? This boot camp is going to focus on three things, three major areas in the boot camp. You are actually going to be able to walk away with an idea of your current business and what your vision for digital can be given the new circumstances around you. We're going to help you understand how to look at your current business and how to understand what the changes in the world are around you, and to make changes, document that, and begin to put in place an implementation plan to deploy digital within your business, digital transformation. And number two, we're going to talk about how do you grow your business in a virtual world? What are the factors that affect your ability to be able to grow? What does your customer look like? What does your product look like? How do you match those up? How do you communicate that, to your potential customers in a virtual world? And how do we leverage that? How do we grow and scale that? Okay. And number three, it's how do we become an online professional? How do we make sure that our message is focused, and how do we make sure that we have good technicals and we're able to deliver a good message, in a virtual world, and to be more effective than we ever have before? And we're doing this hands-on boot camp in a way that you will be able to walk away with practical application, practical solutions for you and your business to be able to implement immediately. You'll be able to develop a clear vision for where you're going and what your next steps are in these three major areas. How to understand digital in your business, number one. Number two is how to grow your business using virtual technology. And number three, how to be an online professional. I wanted to invite you to join us in the boot camp next Saturday, a week from Saturday, on December 5th. It's right there scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And you can sign up for it right there at that URL that's on the screen now, bootcamp.digitalaircraft.org. And if you enjoyed our Recovery in Aviation series, where for 3 days we had strategies and tactics and 61 speakers which spoke during that time, you're going to enjoy this practical hands-on boot camp to be able to jumpstart or to take your next move in digital and to be able to move forward. Hey, listen, on Thanksgiving Day, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving from the U.S., and I wish you safe travels if you're traveling. And I want to say fair winds and following seas to you. And thanks for joining me on this broadcast this morning. Bye. I want to wish you a great day.